Diet Cock. We're so out of the loop. That was crazy.
Welcome back to Uncharted Pixel Podcast, everyone. It's been a bit, and not just a bit. I think it's been like 3 months since the last upload that you guys have seen on the channel. And I think I'm gonna start off with an apology on that one because I think it's been on both of us, to be honest. Because the time just did not sync up, whatever, for any of us. Not for me, not for Mitch. I do most of the editing, and now that I kind of just wanted to spend time with my family during the holidays instead of actually working on stuff, to be honest. And now that work came back, I'm also gonna get back on this as well. So expect at least weekly uploads. That's what I'm gonna try to aim for, if not bi-weekly uploads. We're just gonna see how everything works out regarding content, to be honest, because
Yeah. And of course, during December, I was unwell, so I just we did, believe it or not, we did chalk up some things to do for the month of December. We have a little document, and after December 11th, I was just dead. I couldn't speak. I was coughing a lot. It wouldn't have been very good for a podcast. So.
Yeah. But we do actually have videos coming your way now. We actually have a COD video that's going to come up soon.
Yes.
Probably most likely the next week after this one's released, or maybe the same week. I don't really know how's that going to work. And we're going to also have even more gameplay content for you guys, like The Crew 2, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and many more games, maybe some Rainbow Six Siege there and there. There's going to be a lot of games that we're going to play. Not only that, we're also going to play some horror games. So expect games like Lethal Company, Atlas Trials, and even more of those along the way.
Yeah, we're in the market for a good time, especially with Outlast Trials. I've been missing that game a little bit recently.
Have you?
So, yeah. Because Sakura was talking about it the other day, and she was like, "Well, why don't we play Outlast Trials at some point?" I was like, "Well, you and mine are way ahead of me right now because she's been playing with her friends." I'm like, "Oh shit! Me and Mester are just sat here in the dark playing chess together at this point."
I mean, to be honest, it's a great chess simulator.
Genuinely, yeah. It's better than tabletop.
Right.
Huh?
Right. So, yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Pretty much apology for that. And I promise we're going to get back on track. We are recording this, just so we are aware. For me, at least. It's going to be soon for you. But this is the Friday, 12th of January. And this podcast is going to go up this weekend as well, so around 13 to 14. So you're going to see this live. The thing is, the podcasts are going to be weekly. On the weekends, sorry. The podcasts are going to be on the weekends, and everything that you're going to see maybe gameplay-wise or pixel breakdowns, which are something new that's going to come soon. It's not really a podcast. You're going to see everything that's about that. But those are going to come also weekly. The podcasts are going to be on the weekends only because I feel like that's when we also have more time to just record and just relax instead of not recording and relaxing. So,
well, I've been very free recently, so I'm always clear to go.
Yeah,
always.
Oh, you are.
But not only did Uncharted Pixel take a hit, my own personal channel took a hit as well. When I was unwell, and I don't know if you have this. Any of the viewers and any of the listeners, when you hit a consistency string, where you're constantly creating something, you find your rhythm, then you get knocked out of it, and the next thing you know, you haven't uploaded for a month.
I know, it's jarring. The last thing we properly did together, and it was on that rhythm basis. It was A Way Out. That was pretty much the last one we actually properly did. Because we even, I'm sorry, but we even fell out of Dead Island 2. We took such a long break from just streaming or even video content creating. It was just that we fell out of that loop. We fell out of that. So we are not going to finish Dead Island 2, unfortunately. If you do want to see it, it is on Mitch and mine's YouTube channels if you want to see how far we got into it and if you want to see gameplay-wise. But other than that, we are not going to finish the game because we're just burnt out on it pretty much. We have other games that we're going to fully play through, and you're going to get content from them. But that game is just, we loved it. Don't get us wrong. We actually liked and enjoyed the game itself. It's a very great zombie game.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's very arcadey.
But
great.
it's just something that we won't pursue further because we just didn't feel like we got anything out of it really.
Yeah. And do you know what sort of took me out of it, kind of? It was knowing that because when you're in the menu when you like unload from the game, you just stood at the menu screen.
Yeah.
You can see how many mainline quests you've got left.
Yeah, that messed me up too. I saw how many there are, and like, yeah.
Yeah. I think we only had like 5 left in the end, and
yeah,
I was like,
about 5 or 4 left. Yeah.
I don't think that was even a stream worthy. You know, the most you could probably get out of that is a video if you was to record it and chop it down.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really worth doing in the end. But the overall game is an experience. There's elements that Dying Light could really take inspiration from, and they actually have. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Dying Light updates, but
not really.
For example, elemental zombies, they're in Dying Light now, so like electric zombies and so on. But other than that, you know, because Dying Light also took inspiration from the regional damaging, where if you like punch the zombie's jaw off, it'll come off. Dying Light did take inspiration with that one as well in the end. But there's something about Dead Island 2 that is just so graphically pleasing. You know, it's not ray traced either, and it looks like it is. It's such an unreal achievement from the team.
I think the biggest shame when it came to that game really is that we had the option to use legitimate voice chat to input commands in the game to like give us health items or just like loot weapons, but we couldn't do that because of the Alexa noise that it would pop off every single time you were trying to do a line, and if the line was not registered properly, it would still do the beep. It wasn't like it's doing the beep once it registered something. It would always do the fucking beep, like it would activate. Which was something that would have been annoying for people who watched the gameplay, of course.
Exactly. Yeah, I would have easily have used it if that beep didn't exist. Because I understand they had to find a way to sort of make it clear that your mic is being picked up from the game. But you could have done it with like a visual cue, not an audio cue. So it was kind of annoying. There should have been an option to turn off the audio cue. Oh. But, you know, I mean, there's my issues with Dead Island 2 is very, very little. Very little.
But to be honest, I haven't experienced any issues in the game, to be honest. The game was actually like pretty much flawless. Of course, there are some problems there and there, but that's legit just skill issue for me at that point. But otherwise, like regarding like bugs and stuff, I had no issues with like bugs or anything like that.
No.
The game was actually quite flawless.
Yeah. Yeah, bug-wise, it was fine. My issues were sort of more aligned with, like, quality of life things.
Yeah.
Like, for example, having to install shaders every time I opened up the game was just sort of a jarring situation. But it's just the little things like that. And, you know, I know they'll add more to the game as time goes on because they plan on adding DLCs and stuff.
Yeah.
But as it stands, there's quite... They could do with more content, basically. I think is what's missing right now. Because if there was more content, like apart from like the side content, I don't know. I mean, like I would really love the ability to play as Sam B in the campaign.
Yeah.
Like add extra extra playable characters, basically. Imagine they brought back the original cast of Dead Island 1. That would be so good.
That would be so sick.
Yeah, but you know. Little things. The game will get better over time, unless they forget about it, which is also a potential.
I mean, a lot of these games do get forgotten, especially that it's not really a multiplayer type of game. If you get what I'm saying, like it's not multiplayer like Destiny 2 was, where
it's not live service at all.
Yeah, it's not live service. It's a single player that has co-op option. It's a straight line towards the ending with a story. That's all. It's not, like you say, it's not live service. It's not constant updates. It's just a story that they made, and you can either play a single player or co-op. So I don't think it's gonna have that many updates. Maybe just live updates, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, Riptide was its own separate game, which could have been a DLC. I'm just thinking back to the previous games.
Yeah.
there wasn't many really, which would be a shame if they didn't add on to this one, unless they're planning on just making a Dead Island 3. Which, if that's the case, then shit,
Yeah,
keep me
go for
posted. I
it.
want to see that.
But
But
I think that concludes our rant for Dead Island 2, really, because that's pretty much why we haven't done it. Anyway,
yeah.
back to today's. Damn, that shook my entire screen. Back to today's topics. We have a pretty strong one here actually, because we started off 2024 pretty. I wouldn't say sad really. It's not a sad thing, but it's more of a. It kind of got something off my chest when I saw
It's a gut
those things.
punch.
Yeah, it's a gut punch, but it also got something off my chest at the same time.
Mm.
A lot of YouTubers are pretty much maybe not quitting, but stepping away and not being as big of an impact on their channels as they were the past 10 years. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
Matt Pat. I'm talking about Tom Scott. You had a few that you told me that they got away from the YouTube scene. We had Captain Sparkles who also got away from it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a troll or not, but maybe Jacksepticeye is very close to doing it as well. I'm not too sure about that because he just started his own company, his own Top of the Morning company. So I don't
Oh,
think.
did he?
Yeah, like a year or two ago, or even more, like his coffee company.
Oh, shout out to that.
Yeah, he
Get your
did
grind
that.
up.
So I'm guessing he's not gonna just close YouTube just like that, because
Well, yeah, no, it's a good marketing place.
it's a good market, exactly. But I think he's gonna want to focus on other stuff as well, maybe his life as well. So maybe he's gonna step away a bit out of that, which is interesting because like if we look at one person in particular, which is PewDiePie, he's been doing this for way over 10 years, I'd say. And
yeah, 2009, I think
yeah,
it was.
and he's doing fine even now when he uploads. Like he doesn't upload as consistent, of course. Like he's doing fine with like views and everything.
Yeah, I think he just uploads like life updates, vlogs. I think he does. I think it's one video a month, or is it? I think it's like one video a month or one video a week.
Maybe, I think so.
I can't remember because I did check out the other day, but it's hard to remember these things because I've been a bit of a schizo brain recently. But yeah, these Captain Sparkles, because we spoke out briefly yesterday. The Captain Sparkles one, I had no idea. Obviously he's a Minecraft YouTuber. People will know him as. And man alive, what a YouTuber he was. He was such always a joy to watch when it came to playing Minecraft. And I had no idea he was stepping down. Of course, as I grew up, his content was not for me as I got older.
Yeah.
But it's still like a big point, a big portion of my entertainment when I was growing up.
And
so
I completely get why they're stepping away, but at the same time, I can't believe that it's finally the kind of the end of an era now. Because I remember growing up watching these people, and like me not really speaking fluent English, even though I'm probably not speaking it very fluent. I mess up a lot of my words, but like I've started. You are from UK and you still mess up your own language. English is my second language.
England's my city. Let's go.
But it's so crazy to think about like that. I grew up with these people, and from like 1 or 2 years later on, there's gonna be kids that grow up and they're not gonna watch the same people as us. They're gonna watch someone else that probably does similar content, and then they're gonna be the new YouTubers. Then they're gonna be the new tops.
Yeah,
and
generally,
it's such a weird kind of, because you don't really replace the old people. New and better things are always gonna come forth. But again, it's weird having that thought.
I mean,
that train of thought.
That's a good point because I never really thought about it, but like obviously one of the major YouTube channels I grew up watching was like C-Nanners, Mr. Sark, Machinima Entertainment, Machinima Respawn. Well, those are all gone. And C-Nanners channel still exists, and so does Mr. Stark, but they don't upload anymore. And I completely blanked out on the fact that they just don't upload anymore. And it was just like, oh shit, he uploaded a video, I'll watch it. And then I'll watch it, and I go, okay, I'll watch the next upload. And it's like 5 years later, you're like, oh shit, he hasn't uploaded in 5 years.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And back to your point, my nephews, they will have no idea who C Nanas is. They'll have no idea who Mr. Sark is. There's a high chance that they don't even know who the Yogscast are, which is
yeah.
bang. Like Yogscast is where I got onto the Minecraft scene. Shadow of Rizafel, Yogscast, Lewis, and Simon. Those were the days. I don't know if you ever watched Shadow of Rizafel stuff. Incredible. I thought it was real until I realized it wasn't.
like
Yeah.
YouTube is not. I wouldn't say it's an entertainment business anymore, really. I mean, it still is, don't get me wrong. It's huge compared to other websites.
Yeah.
But it's more of an archive at this point for those specific people. It's not a journey that they really have anymore. It's just more of an archive of their journey getting there and now moving on with their like own stuff, own personal life. I mean, there's also still people like Markiplier, which they're huge in this world, huge on YouTube, and they still do stuff for us because I don't know that like Markiplier is that's his drive, that's his passion. He likes making
Yeah.
content. He loves doing content. He doesn't have any other way to move on really. He doesn't really have a family started yet. He has a girlfriend,
No.
obviously, but it's not his wife. He doesn't have a kid. But if you look on the other spectrum, if you have like MatPat, for example, who already has a kid, has a wife, and not only that, MatPat has a huge team behind him compared to Mark, where it's just one person doing everything for himself. Of course, there's gonna be people that he hires to like edit
Yeah,
his
he's got
videos
editors,
and stuff. But like, I don't think his channel alone is as big team wise as MatPat's is.
Oh no. Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah.
it's
If you
again.
look at like, for example, that team is huge.
Yeah.
That's an enterprise.
Oh,
But then you got Markiplier, who, despite having editors, he is still very much a himself YouTuber. He's not the Markiplier team. It's Markiplier and maybe two editors or something.
It's funny because I was watching. I'm just gonna go off on about this a little bit, but I'm gonna go off the path a bit. But I was watching one of like I think it was 2 years ago that MatPat did his like Christmas live stream. I believe it was. I believe it was the Christmas live stream or like New Year's live stream type beat, where obviously it was a fundraiser or everything. And Mark came on it to make just a funny like trumpet bit because he knows how to play trumpet and stuff. But then they were talking to each other, and Mark said at one point, I haven't slept for 36 hours. I was editing this set project, was I believe was in space with Markiplier. And he said, I haven't slept for 36 hours because I was editing this video. And the thing is, he didn't complain about it. He just likes doing what he does. He's not getting pushed by it. He's not trying to win the algorithm. He's not looking for money. He just enjoys what he does.
Yeah.
Same with MatPat.
You can see that with the passion.
But same with MatPat. They really enjoy what they do. But there's always going to be that point in time where, am I really going to do this for the rest of my life? Am I really going to just... Because I can do this for the rest of my life, but there can be people behind me who just overtake me.
Well, eventually, yeah.
Because nothing runs forever. It's something that we all know.
Yeah. A good thing isn't good because it lasts. Shout out to you, Peter Capaldi.
And this is why I really loved Mark and Ethan's Anos, which they kept for 1 year and then deleted it. That kind of showed me what 10 years of their work looks like in a single year. That shows me that you don't need to do as much to have good content or maybe good entertainment. Of course, they have a huge following behind them. I don't say that they don't. It's like, definitely that attracted a lot of viewers to come to that channel. It's not like he didn't promote it. He did promote it. But again, people got hooked onto that because they actually had good content every day of the week. For 12
I didn't
months,
know about it.
That was every single day putting a different video out. which is
That's
insane to me.
that is insane output.
They definitely recorded multiple videos in the same day. I know that for a fact. They've definitely just piled on the uploads.
Well,
But
they would have had
it's
to, yeah.
yeah, but that's kind of what's showing me is like you can have one great year and you fall off, or you can have 10 great years or you fall off, or you can
Yeah.
have 10 great years and step back without having the issue
Yeah.
of like falling off. You're just standing back before it's too late because at one point you are gonna get burned out, that's for sure. And at one point you're
Of
also gonna
course.
want to live your life not in front of a screen, but just
Mm.
live the life
You,
as
you want to experience it.
yeah, you just want to experience life instead of just being locked in a room for 36 hours
Yeah, I mean,
editing a video.
you don't like imagine a vlogger, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere they go, they're always like this.
Yeah.
Always. They've always got their phone up. Always. There's going to be a time where they're going to want to step back from. I mean, what was it? It was Logan Paul that used to daily vlog.
Not only
Fuck that.
not only that, I don't know if you've seen Casey Neistat was doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he stopped those because that was just bullshit, was consuming way too much of his life. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe at one point he had very small issues with his family because he was spending way too much time on the
Mm.
content side and spending it on family side, which
I
definitely
mean,
is going to happen if that's what you're going to daily do. But
it
again,
wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
that's the other issue that I want to talk about. It's their jobs. That's
Yeah.
their jobs. It's been their jobs for years, and maybe it's going to be their jobs for years to come. But now that they have people who can maintain said jobs, they can
Mm.
take a step back and enjoy it from behind the scenes now.
Yeah, I mean, see, because there's got to be a balance to it, right? When you're doing it every day, there's not going to be a balance at all because you're just perpetually recording, editing, uploading every single day, and that's going to take it out of you. You're going to miss times with family, friends. You're going to miss occasions, celebrations, birthdays, the like. So of course that could spark some issues between the family. So if that is true, obviously I'm not very familiar with Casey Neistat, but I do remember him. He was always vlogging, always, and David Dobrik as well, always doing something. But it's like with a lot of the content creators on the platform, they have to balance it out. You have to find the balance of recording time, uploading time, family time, friends time. You can't just go full force into nothing but YouTube because you'll find yourself, not only will you burn yourself out, you might end up inadvertently burning bridges around you, and you need those support bridges. You need those friends and family around you to tell you if you're doing a good job or not. Because here's the issues with, let's say for example Casey Neistat and all that. They will have a following and they'll have a fan base that would hardly ever give them critical feedback because they were just in love with the content. You know, so the fans won't be able to give. Some do, but they will. The some that do that give critical feedback will just their comment will get lost in the sea of praise. But whereas if a family member pulls you aside and say, "Hey, you need to slow down a little bit. You need to spend some time with us. Just put the phone down." That might hit a bit different than just seeing it in a YouTube comment section. So,
and I think the hardest thing when it comes to just this overall, I don't think it's that hard on them to just take a step back and enjoy life pretty much, and just because if you really think about it, they are going back, they're retreating for like their families, their life. They don't want to
yeah,
see. They don't want to see. Most likely, I'm saying this in the name of MatPat. Really, I don't think he wants to see his kid look at MatPat work 24/7 in front of a screen. I think he wants to spend time with the kid instead of just doing work
of course.
over and over. But
Yeah,
I don't think it's as hard on them as is for the viewers or the fan base that they have to let go
yeah.
and accept that idea of like content's still gonna be the same. It's still gonna be as good, but you're not gonna have the main person there.
Well, yeah.
It's something that happened a while back, a few years back. I don't know if you know the channel The King of Random. He was
No.
doing a lot of like experiments and stuff. Like, here's how you can make a potato gun that shoots fast as hell, or here's how you can make a blow dart out of a like a PVC tube and like some nails and paper and whatever, and shoots very fast.
Hmm.
Uh, he died at some point because of a crash. I can't remember what crash it was exactly. I think it was like a parachute fail or something. I can't remember. I don't want to go
Okay.
into it.
Hmm.
But that channel still lived on because he had people who helped him and they pushed the channel forward and uploaded the same type of
Yeah.
videos until now. I believe the channel's still like running now. There's videos being constantly posted. But
I mean, that's
that's
fair.
the things, like, just because your favorite content creator is leaving their channel doesn't mean the content's gonna change. It can actually
Oh
even
no.
improve. Like,
Oh yeah. I believe Game Theory is getting a new host, right?
yeah,
Uh,
all of them have a different host, pretty much.
yeah. So just because Matt Pat is leaving Game Theory doesn't mean the content will be different.
Yeah, it's not like if he leaves the channels will be terminated. That's not the point. That's not
Yeah.
what he's trying to to say about
Yeah.
it.
He just wants to focus on himself a
Same
bit.
with Markiplier. If he leaves, the channel's still gonna be there. He can come back at any time.
Well, yeah, that's also true.
Same with Tom
Unless he
Scott. Tom
deletes it.
Scott says he's gonna go away, do his own things. He's been on YouTube for 10 years, and if he wants to come back, he can come back. The channel's still there.
Yeah,
No one's gonna delete it, you know? So it's
that's
that
true.
kind of thing.
Yeah, because again, like another thing with this topic is some of them do just fall off and they just stop uploading and they disappear. But then you got the odd cases, right? With like, for example, PewDiePie. He's not fallen off. He's not disappeared. He still uploads. He's not being held to a consistent upload, and he still gets a consistent viewership.
Yeah.
That's that. That's like the ideal way of going out, I think, because he's still out there. He's still like living his life, making Gundams, I think it is, and
Gangnam
you know,
Styles. Yeah, it's Gundams. It's Gundams.
yeah, he's still making those things. He's still playing games with his friends, and every now and then, being a father, the important stuff. But he's God. YouTube's given him the life that he's always wanted, I suppose, because he lives in Japan now. YouTube literally gave him his life.
Yeah.
He lives in Japan with his wife, who is the mother of his child, who is someone he also met through making YouTube videos.
Yep.
It's just
it's nuts.
It is nuts, and the thing that there's a few people out there that looks at YouTube and go, oh, you can't make a career out of that. That's wild to me, because YouTube, if you do it correctly and you can find that and you can crack the algorithm like Mr. Beast has, you can make not only your life but your kids life with the work you put in potentially.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's such an incredible feat. I mean, for example, the Sidemen, they were talking about it quite a bit. I think last year, that what would happen if the majority of the Sidemen decide to stop, and it's like, well, they'll probably just go from 52 videos a year to half that, and then they will half it again the year after that, and then to eventually they get to a point where like it's a yearly Sidemen video where they just meet up and chat and record it and upload it. Which I'd watch that. Because I've been watching MI for a long, long time. So I wonder what happens to Side Plus though. Where's my money back?
Oh yeah, no,
But,
I feel
yeah.
I like, how you have like you get 100K subs, you are happy. That's an achievement you have.
Yeah.
You get 50 subs, you get 20 subs. It's an achievement for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is also an achievement. Just being able to be like, I've done my part. I'm gonna let other people take care of this, and I'm just gonna do whatever I feel it's right in that moment, so I can just like step away from it. I feel like that's also an achievement. It's not.
It is.
It's not like they gave up on it. It's an achievement that they've made it. They realize that, and it's like, I have people that I trust, and this will be in good hands. so they can take care of it. I can just step back, like I said, just step back and look at it.
Because it is like you said at the beginning, it's an archive. You did whatever. If you uploaded one video, if you uploaded 1,000 videos, that's your archive of what you did on YouTube when you had the time to do so.
Yeah,
when you felt like you could.
We were watching yesterday. We were watching your channel like when you were like very young, and you can be like 20 years later on and be like, that channel still exists. It's still there.
Yeah,
it's funny how come I far from then to now. You can see that difference.
Yeah.
And not only you broke your fucking table.
Yeah, because I used to record through a fucking webcam on my laptop.
Yeah, you used to record your screen.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days of YouTube where everything was easy.
I've upgraded, but my content hasn't.
Oh no. But yeah, that's pretty much the reason. And I think that's pretty. It's our opinions. It's not like we're telling you what they exactly said. It's like what we think they said and what they meant with this. So in the end, it's a good move. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for all of them, really.
I mean, there's a few people who I'm like, please don't stop. Not now. Like for example, with KSI, which is I go, yeah, do you know what? I'm done. I've got Prime. I've got boxing. I've got music. I don't need to do YouTube anymore. I'm like, you motherfucker, get back here and make Sidemen videos. Don't do that. But you know, it is his choice, yeah, because he's 31, I think. No, he's at a point where he's gonna have to start thinking about his family.
Yeah,
because he has got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he lives in this nice house or mansion or apartment. I can't remember what. I think it's like an apartment that is huge, like a double floor apartment type beat.
Yeah.
So he's got this nice place. He's got it all, but he hasn't got kids yet. And I think what's stopping him from doing that is because he hasn't finished yet, from his perspective, with content creating, with music, with boxing. I think once he's fulfilled his legacy, that's when he's going to be like, okay.
Oh, for sure.
Let's go on to the next chapter of my life, which will be that child he drops. Like the next mixtape.
Yeah.
But then there are other people. Now this is I don't know if Mino shares the same opinion as me, but from my perspective, there are other people that I think should have stopped a long time ago, and they've decided to hog the limelight and continue.
I agree. And you know what? I'm not saying it's wrong. Sometimes that's what you need in order to succeed. But at times, if you see you're climbing so many stairs just to fall like 20 floors down, you should just stop. That should give you a bit of a heads up. You're like, you've messed up enough to the point of it's okay to quit and try something else. Or at least not focus on that as much, or try to do something else.
I mean, like, I'm not going to say the person's name, but he's been around a long, long time. He's done a lot of good and a lot of bad. But now it's so evident that he's just clinging on to every little bit of relevancy to stay, relevant. And it's like, damn, bro, you'll even go as far as to do content with people you don't like just so you can have like a smidgen of viewership. It's crazy to me. He could have, like, he already made it to the point where he could live comfortably and not have to work a day in his life.
Yeah.
And yet because he's continued to live the life like he has, I think he's probably lost that financial security to be able to do that, which I think is why he's still pushing it. But you just need to be self-aware, and there's a lot of people who ain't. But that's where that topic gets nipped in the bud for me, I think.
And that being said, before the podcast is over, we gotta start by doing what every fucking YouTuber's doing out there, because everyone got views apparently by doing it. And let's be honest, no content gets recycled ever. You know, yeah, no content ever gets, no topic ever gets recycled. It's not like this has been talked with a lot of people in past years. That's for sure. But Pokimane, we're gonna start off right with her.
Shit.
The cookies, man. She has been trying to cover so hard that it's a new product. It hasn't happened before. The old company ran out of business, and now they improved the formula, and they worked with them now just to make that 3 times more expensive by just adding some MSG to it. Let's be fucking honest. Like, that's not something. That should be a thing.
This whole Pokimane situation is
wild to me. It's a whole out scam, and I've seen pictures and videos and even reviews of these cookies. Maybe the cookies are decent, of course, but it doesn't make sense. The price compared to how much you get.
$28. $28 for, I think it was $28, 4 bags with 7 cookies in them. It's just not worth it, and especially from the reviews I've seen of people eating them. Yeesh, apparently they're extremely dry. Like, people have called them a worse version of Oreos.
Most likely they are a worse version of Oreos. I mean, you know what? I agree. Maybe some healthy stuff doesn't taste as good as the regular things. You have maybe more healthier chocolates out there that doesn't taste as good as the original chocolates. Maybe you have soy milk, oat milk, which is maybe better than just like the regular milk. But that's just a flat out scam when it comes to those cookies, man. She tried to cover everything up so damn hard, and she just failed at it because it's not okay. Of course, I'm sorry. Apologize, simps. I apologize. But you are the only ones that are actually gonna buy those cookies. Everyone else that you bought them are gonna be like, well, no, other people bought them and reviewed them, of course. They bought them and reviewed them to tell you how shit they are. Because otherwise, you would tell that they're fucking good. No, they're not.
I mean, look at it like this. Kai Cenat got them gifted to him by Pokimane, and even he said they were dry.
Yes.
That is peak. That ain't marketing. That's destroying your own brand, Pokimane. And also throwing around your old broke boy joke. That's not how you. That's not how you market your cookie brand.
Not only that, you know how you market a good brand. Just watch Sidemen. They have already 2 products out there, Sides and their vodka, both fucking amazing. They've actually done good job on those, and they're decent pricing. You're just a fucking sellout.
Sellout is a fucking understatement. Holy shit. She didn't even need to put her name on this brand. She's getting bread. She gets donations every time she puts her live feed on.
Exactly. Like, she's trying way too hard for this kind of situation. For real speaking, it's like, I get OTV. I'm a fan of OTV. I'm a fan of Pokimane. I'm a fan of Scar. I'm a fan of Sakuna. I'm a fan of everyone that's an OTV. But the way she's been treating herself and the audience recently, it's kind of shitty. It's nothing what a content creator should do.
You need to make it affordable for the majority of your fan base. If your majority of your fan base is, I assume, male, and those males, and of course the subsection of females that are also watching because they look up to you, Pokimane, the males were there for you during lockdown when there was nothing else you could do to get money. They gave you the money you had to make a living during a time period that was extremely hard to do so.
Yeah.
And now you're turning around, broke boy. No, you've just alienated.
Oh my god! You just remember
50% of your fan base.
You just remember me of that one girl that was like, you don't have $5. You don't have $5 to sub.
It's essentially the same thing. Genuinely, it's essentially the same thing. Yet she got dragged for it. Yet the people who are trying to drag Pokimane for the same sort of behavior, they get the white knights into their comment section.
If you want more money, do you know what a legitimate way would be? Stop trying to make fake ass brands. Stop trying to overprice all these. Just use sponsorships. You're such a big creator. You can get by your following so many companies behind you. I've seen so many people getting sponsored by Logitech, Razer, G Fuel.
Yeah.
There's so many of them that get proper good money out of those sponsorships. Just do that. Why should you should you scam your own community when you can just sponsorships? And that's it's not a scam.
This cookie sort of thing that she's decided to attach herself to. Pokimane, I don't know you. You might know her better than I do because you're a fan of hers. Do you have any culinary background skills? Sorry. Do you know anything about making cookies? And I'm not to talk about how to work an oven. Do you do make cookies in an oven? I think you do. Or is it a pizza oven? No, that's Domino's. Domino's cookies are nice. See, Domino's cookies, $7.99 for 4.
Subway cookies, even
Subway
better.
Cookies. You can get the the OE Subway cookies. They've got a healthy a protein to it. It's a little bit healthier for you than the chocolate chip cookies.
Again, I'm gonna give an example that we're both very aware of and we know a lot about. Prime Energy. At first, I did think it was a low-key legit scam. I thought it would be a rebrand of maybe like a G Fuel product or what are the Gatorade products, stuff like that. But no, it's actual own thing, and it does not taste close to any of like G Fuel or like Gatorade flavors. They might taste a bit similar, but they're totally different. Even like the packaging, the contents that are inside, the actual like sugar, like ingredient stuff. It's totally different from the other ones, and it's an actual legit competitor against those ones because they're not priced that far off from the other ones.
In England, Prime is cheaper than Gatorade.
Is it?
Yeah.
Heroes low-key the other way around, but I think it's just currency based, really.
Yeah, it's not meant to be in Romania just yet. You'll get that announcement. You'll see KSI and Logan Paul flying into Bucharest for the release when it happens. They do that. They did that in Mexico. So
okay, that's cool. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there's no point. There's other ways for you to get income than trying to scam your own audience just for you to get that short amount of money, and then you going straight out downhill with everything you've built. Because that can...
Yeah.
Everything you've built for the past years, I don't know how much she has streamed for, but everything can just be gone like that. Everything can just be erased fully.
Yeah, I mean, just ask Dr. Disrespect. His whole Twitch catalog was just gone. Erased. Nothing. We don't even know why. They haven't said anything reasons yet. It just got done out.
Yeah.
Thankfully, YouTube was like, "Hey, come, we can give you platform.
Come to us. Come new kick platform. Come.
I mean,
platform 3/4.5 open. Come. Yeah, and
I haven't seen anything recently from her apart from the weird recycled incident.
Yeah.
That we were talking about over Christmas period. But I haven't seen, because I know she saved face eventually, right, with the company and with the fan base and so on. Everyone has sort of moved on from it. We are slow as a channel, so we're talking about it now.
So like, the good podcasts that are out there, those are Google Chrome or like still Microsoft Explorer type beat. So like, it takes a while for us to process everything. We're still in 2019. Pandemic just closed, so we're still just getting back on track right now. So.
Yeah. We're gonna start shooting Warzone 1 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get on for dance.
Babe,
it's gonna be incredible.
Babe.
Oh shit! That's gonna be incredible. That's meant to be the next Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it's good. I heard this made by the same people who made Left 4 Dead 2, actually.
Oh yeah, all 5 of them. Did you watch that? Was it Chroma Cat video that did that video?
So.
What a video, man.
Oh yeah.
We should play Back 4 Blood, you
We
know.
should.
Yeah, when I get my NVMe, I'll install it. We'll get on it.
Definitely. But
See what it's like, because we played it during the beta phases.
oh yeah, and it was.
And
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about it because it was actually a decent game. It
yeah,
was wrongly sold as a game made by the same people who made
yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2.
Our expectations for it to be like basically be Left 4 Dead 3 was purely because of its marketing.
But overall, it was an actually decent game. It was a
Yeah, it's
pretty
not
good
bad.
game.
It's fun. I like the card things, and well, because at the start I didn't understand the whole card system when we was doing the beta, but near the end of it, I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna pick this then because in the next round they're gonna have this option, and this will be able to counter out that card.
Yeah.
So it was quite cool. I quite enjoyed it. The only issue I had during the beta was the fucking difficulty. The game was so hard, regardless of difficulty.
They've changed a lot of stuff around, I remember, and I think the game itself, is actually way better now.
And they also brought back the whole special infected versus players, which I do want to play as well, because that was one of my favorite game modes in Left 4 Dead.
But I think that concludes our podcast for pretty much coming back again. Apologize for being so late, but now we are finally getting back on track and actually getting content for this channel. And don't forget, this channel for now is going to only have videos, podcasts, everything pre-recorded. But we're going to start streaming on our own channel. So please do come check it out at It's Miner and Mitch Borg, which is our own separate channels. And sometimes we even stream together. So you're even going to see us together cooperating in games like Outlast Trials, The Crew 2, and every other game that's co-op out there.
Lethal Company.
Company, yeah.
Can't forget the company.
Yeah.
We love the company. Sorry. The company.
But again, thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for allowing us to do this. If you have any suggestions when it comes to this podcast, please leave it down below. And I'll see you guys.
Topics,
any topics, any suggestions how we can make this more entertaining for you guys, so you guys don't get bored on YouTube. Also, don't forget, this is also on Spotify. You can listen to this on Spotify for free.
Of course. For free?
For free. Yeah, you can listen to this on Spotify for free, or you can watch it here on YouTube. Anyway, I'm Miner. This is Mitch. We're signing off, and I'll see you guys next weekend with a new Uncharted Pixel podcast. Until then,
yes,
take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Lovely.